If you look around your community, what do you see? Are there tall buildings, lots of businesses, and people everywhere? Are there groups of houses in subdivisions? Or are there great stretches of farmland, or perhaps wilderness? In California, you could live in any of these types of communities. They are all special places that Californians call home. There are three types of communities that most people in California live in: urban areas, suburban areas, and rural areas. An urban area is a city area, like San Diego. A suburban area is an area just outside a city, like Pasadena or Daly City. And a rural area is an area of small towns or farms, like many communities in the Sacramento and San Joaquin valleys. So, what's life like in each of these areas? In some rural areas in the valley region, like the areas around Modesto in the San Joaquin Valley, agriculture is big business. Agriculture means farming or raising animals and growing crops. In some rural areas near forest and the ocean, communities like Eureka are centered around the timber industry, making trees into timber to be used for furniture, paper, and other products made of wood, as well as the fishing industry. Rural areas are also home to a variety of plants and animals, like cactus and lizards in the desert, and redwoods, deer, and elk in the forests. Because California has deserts, mountains, coasts, and valleys, it also has many different kinds of climates. Along the coast, summers are dry and winters are rainy. In the valleys, the climate is similar to the climate on the coast, but with hotter summers and colder winters. Up in the mountains, snowfall can be heavy in the winter. And in the desert, it is hot and dry year-round. In fact, the highest temperature ever recorded in the U.S. was in California's Death Valley, where, in 1913, it reached 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Whether you go to visit communities in the mountains, desert, coast, or valley, California has a lot to do. There are national parks like Yosemite, Sequoia and Kings Canyon, and Joshua Tree, where you can camp and hike. There are exciting cities where you can visit zoos and museums. And of course, you can always go to the beach or to one of California's famous aquariums. If you visit California's beautiful cities, you might see different types of architecture. Architecture is the style and design of a building. In Santa Barbara, for example, you'll see a lot of Spanish-style architecture because many people from Spain settled in this area long ago. One sign of Spanish-style architecture is red tile roofs. And in the big cities, you'll see skyscrapers made out of steel and huge panes of glass. How do people get around in these cities? Like most urban areas, California's cities have several different types of transportation. Transportation is the moving of goods, people, or animals from one place to another. In San Francisco, you might see cars, buses, and cable cars, as well as trains that run above and below the ground, and boats like passenger ferries that take people out to tourist sites or to their homes across the bay. Because of its rich natural resources and busy cities, California has become the most populated state in the country. Its population density, the average number of people living in a specific unit of area, is extremely high in some places. For example, in the year 2000, while Glenn County had an average of 20 people per square mile, Los Angeles County had about 2,344 people per square mile. What's the population density like where you live? Is it crowded, or are there few people? Is it urban, suburban, or rural? How does it meet the needs of your family and your community?